We've got tips and recipes for healthy living. So for fun and inspiration, come and join us in the raw food world.
Welcome everybody, this is Matt Monarch with the Raw Food World TV show. We've got an awesome episode for you today. We've got Isabel here, who is going to teach us a lot of fun stuff.
Okay.
Hi Isabel.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thanks for coming on.
It's good to be here.
Yeah, I love your story that you were telling me, how you discovered the raw food diet just recently.
Yeah, I did. Well, if you want to, I'll tell you about it. I was in the States for Christmas. I came back January 2009, and I gained the usual 10 pounds, and I already had about 30 pounds already before that. And I got back to my house, put down my luggage, turned on my computer, and my computer knew that it better help me out. And I don't know how this happened. I have no idea. Turn the computer on, leave, come back, do something, and up pop Shazzy's page.
Shazzy!
Yeah, Shazzy. And there she was. Shazzy cooked, Shazzy raw.
Everyone's seen that.
Everybody's seen that. At least all my friends have seen that. And so I thought, oh my God, I look like this? I want to look like that. And I read the whole thing. I read the whole website until 3 in the morning, and then I went to bed, and I went to the grocery store the next day. And this was January, and where I live, it's really cold. You know, it's like below zero. It was freezing. And I mean, below 0 Fahrenheit, so 32, might have been, 25 degrees Fahrenheit. And I started making salads, and it took me a week, and I'd be freezing. I had to bring a radiator in to heat my body because I wasn't used to eating cold foods.
Right.
It did take me a week to figure out, take them out of the refrigerator an hour beforehand and let them get to room temperature. Duh. Anyway, so I, after 4 days, I wrote in my agenda, I said, I feel like I could fly. I had so much more energy. And I had no health issues except the overweight. And I just felt terrific. And I just kept doing it. I kept going. And at the end of 3 weeks, I had some friends come to stay. So I went to the butcher shop and I went to the store and I cooked, the usual dinner. And I thought, I can't eat this. It's gross. It's dead. And so the next day, I made 3 salads, and I cooked the usual stuff for them. I made a piece of meat and whatever. I was still eating meat then. I wasn't really into this 100%, but I thought, I just can't eat this. This is disgusting. I'm not going to eat this way anymore. And then, I decided from then on in that I really needed to learn because I needed to learn so that I wouldn't get whatever, depleted in some minerals. And I started to learn. I read a number of books, very interesting books. But I already knew a lot about that beforehand. But, I needed to learn more. So there you are. That's the sort of short answer.
Cool, so you've been doing raw for
2 years.
2 years, and you're loving it.
Absolutely. I would never go back. When we first got to Ecuador, we went to a restaurant. It must have been the first day or the next day, and I ordered ceviche. And ceviche, I used to love ceviche, I thought it tasted like cardboard. It just doesn't, fish just doesn't, the only animal product that I still eat is eggs. And I still like eggs, and I'm just going to leave them alone until I don't want them anymore.
Right.
But I like raw bread. I want to learn how to make it. I haven't made it yet. I've made raw pizza, so I've learned how to do that. I actually took a course. There's a woman who lives not terribly far from where I live, and she makes, she taught us how to make all this stuff in the dehydrator. And because I'd bought a dehydrator, and I thought, well, I better learn how to make something really good. So I learned how to make those things. But no, I would never go back. No way. And I'm trying to bring all my friends and, suggest to anybody who wants to make their health better or who just wants to do something for themselves, for their friends, for their planet, try it. Sure won't kill you.
Maybe you can compare yourself, who eats close to 100% raw, with your friends who are having.
Well, yeah, that was, I was telling Matt this earlier that about January a year ago, we all went out to dinner one day. And so there were about 10 of us there. And they're all laughing at me, and they'd been bothering me for a year, telling me, "Oh, we can't invite you to dinner anymore because you don't eat anything that we eat." And I'm going, "Yeah, make a salad. Like, don't you eat salad?" And if I bring a salad, I make something, and they go, "Wow, this is awesome. This isn't just green salad with some vegetables on it. I mean, with, tomatoes on it. This is, kale and I don't know what, all kinds of interesting stuff." And so one day we were eating in this restaurant, and they're all making fun of me, and I got totally mad. And I said, "Listen, I'm really sorry. You're diabetic. You've had your hip operated. You're going to have your other hip operated. You've got osteoporosis. You've got, you're obese. And you've had a stroke." And I said, "I don't have any of those problems. I'm not going to have them. So maybe I'm doing something right." Woo! Yeah, don't you think? I mean, that's what I thought. I thought, God, how, let's just try it out. It doesn't hurt. It's so delicious. I would never go back. Never. No way.
Right.
No way. I was with some friends in the south of France, because I live in France and not terribly far from where I live. I don't know if I should tell this, I was just observing these people, and they were eating meat, and I'm looking. She has thyroid problems. He's got, I forget what, and the other one has osteoporosis, and I'm sitting there eating my salad going, "Would you like some salad?" They're all eating meat. This big piece, with a little piece of salad this big.
Right.
Yes,
crazy.
indeed. You really have to be determined, though, because I find when I travel, it's harder. So when I travel on planes, I bring my own food. And then everybody on the plane goes, "How come you're eating and we're not?" And I go, "Because I bring my own food. I bring all kinds of excellent stuff in my backpack."
Right. So do we.
Anybody can do this. It's just good, It's worth trying.
You know what else I wanted to talk about, which I thought was really interesting? You're a hypnotist.
Yeah.
And you actually help people heal from things like diabetes and things like that with pretty much hypnosis.
Okay, a person who has major chronic illness, basically, I mean, I don't know whether this is 100% proven or not, but I think in the case of diabetes it is. They've had a trauma. They've had a trauma somewhere, and this has caused them to feed themselves wrongly, and to, they're missing love, maybe they're missing sweetness, I don't know, but they are missing something, and so they are trying to compensate for it through food, and through, of course, the wrong kinds of foods. And I do know a bunch of diabetics where this is absolutely true, that if you look at their parental situation or the family situation was, very dysfunctional. And so through hypnosis, if you can bring a person to understand what that trauma was, or let's say bring them back to that trauma without traumatizing them further, when they're in hypnosis, then you can actually help them to get over that reason why they need to eat that way. And then they can eat in a much more sensible way and get rid of the diabetes. And if a person hasn't had a trauma, by eating anyway, we all know that, by stopping eating meat and cheese and cake and sugar and whatever, you will not be diabetic anymore. So that's, but hypnosis is a great help, and I think EFT is also great help. I don't think I've ever used EFT with somebody who's diabetic, but I have used EFT with people who are overweight, and that it really helps. It just unblocks things, EFT is a very powerful tool, as is hypnosis.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for all your fun and wisdom.
Yeah, you're totally welcome. It's great to be here. Really nice to be here. Lovely to meet you and Angela.
Nice to meet you too.
Lovely, thanks.
And what's your full name?
Isabel Mikas Clem.
And do you have a website you want to give everybody?
I don't have a website. No, I don't. I haven't done that yet. I will someday. Soon.
Cool.
Someday soon.
Cool. Do you want to give anybody contact information to if they want to do a session with you, or just?
Well, sure. You know, why not? My email address is imclem@gmail.com, and that's I as in Isabel, M, and then KLEMM in one word.
At Gmail.
Yeah, at gmail.com.
Thanks for coming on.
Great, thanks a lot.
And Matt Monarch, and we'll see you again tomorrow at the Raw Food World TV show.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again at the Raw Food World.